Hello everyone, it is me, Beat25 Movies, and as you all know, I recently watched the MCU, but yeah, you saw my Phase 3 Part 2 complete review, even though it wasn't a complete review. Be quiet. But yeah, I have so many pages of notes on these three movies, but I do want to primarily talk about Endgame, so I'm kind of going to rush through Captain Marvel and Far From Home first. So first of all, Captain Marvel. Uh, I'll go through my negatives, then positives.
So Captain Marvel from the start, it has bad acting, odd music choices, uninteresting side characters, bad humour. Where were the scrolls for Guardians of the Galaxy? Or why weren't they mentioned in Thor? How far does the Kree Empire stretch? The swimming CGI here has fucking... it's terrible. Why did the scrolls reveal themselves in the opening like they still weren't compromised at that point? Why was Veer so dumb and going alone? I get it's kind of in her character, but like, come on. She's been training for 6 years. You think she'd become competent a bit. Uh, why does Talos, the leader of the Skrulls, go into this dangerous battle where he could have easily been killed? There's a convenient memory tool that the Skrulls use. Uh, why does the Skrulls memory tool have a convenient camera that can be moved around? Like, it makes no sense. Why did the memory of a memory play when she was hitting the ground? Like, in her memory, another memory played. Why did Marvel change position if it's a memory? How can she break out of this little machine? A shit action scene happens here. Then she has this weird fucking duck run. Of course, it's an inconvenient melt. Even though she can melt out the other melt, just not the ones in her hands yet. Captain Marvel is unfunny and uncharming. Why does electricity not even like knock her out, even though it's what Talos used to knock her out the first time, and there's even more of it this time? How does she know how to fly the the Skrull escape pod, sorry. Why did the Skrulls come through the ocean? Nick accepts that aliens exist with no reaction, and accepts hand blasts. Why does, uh, why does a guy, hold Carol back, even though the old lady can clearly defend herself? Nobody on the train reacts to aliens existing. How did they switch Coulson so quickly when they didn't have time? They didn't have the name of S.H.I.E.L.D. yet, because they only came up with that in Iron Man. After her translator breaks, she should be speaking Cree, if you think about it. The classic male dickhead character. Why'd she put her suit when she changed? Nobody questions why Nick Fury's boss sounds exactly like Talos. Weird memory flashback scenes. Why was the music playing in the montage? Like, if it was actually just playing in the restaurant, the destination she was going. How did Carol know Fury was telling the truth, sorry? How does Nick Fury know Skrulls can't do that? There's a bad music choice for the scene. How does Fury know she was a rogue warrior? Maria Hill calls Fury Nick in a lot of movies.
Energy signature is New York.
10 times bigger.
Tell Klein we'll meet him
The tape thing probably wouldn't have worked in real life. Why doesn't Goose recognise Veers if he was always around the place? Nobody ever looked in that notebook when Marvel was still alive. Carol gets loads of convenience. Why can Carol just call Yonrog now? Fury gets suspicious because his boss calls him Nick, but if Talos only had his recent memories, he wouldn't know his name was Nick. He would only know him by Fury. So what the fuck? Why didn't Talos kill Fury instead of quipping? Carol knows how to fly an Earth plane. How did Goose get on the plane? Coulson went against orders. What if Nick Fury actually was bad? Yonrog defends and protects Carol even though she knows too much already. Maria Rambeau accepts aliens exist and so does her daughter. How does Skrull speak English? Carol slams Marvel's neck back after the crash, like, what the fuck? How did Yonrog shoot her from so far back? Even though, like, we didn't see Yonrog. This is talking about Marvel now. Why didn't Yonrog shoot Carol? He had so many opportunities. How did Carol see and hear all that after the space crash? It was just a black box, which probably had really grainy audio. How does Carol suddenly remember everything? The child was absolutely a bitch, literally asking her mother to die. Why can her suit have the colour changing thing? How did Carol not tell the Skrull an important piece of details, like, so he would get it right? Why didn't the Skrull lie and say he didn't know where Captain Marvel was? Why didn't he say, like, oh, we have her captured? Because then she wouldn't, like, Yonrog wouldn't have known that she was gone rogue. The overly CGI Goose is shit. How does Marvel have the Tesseract? This doesn't make sense in this timeline. Why doesn't the Tesseract melt through the lunchbox? Why doesn't Fury make weapons with this Tesseract straight away when he gets it? Why doesn't Minerva shoot Carol? She has so many opportunities. Where did you get the wormy stuff for the Supreme Intelligence? Why was it just on the ship? There's more bad acting. There's more bad CGI for the Supreme Intelligence room. Cheesy, over-the-top scene of her standing up and saying her name is Carol like I couldn't give a fuck. Why do the handcuffs come off after the ship's power is knocked off? Why were the Kree using handcuffs? Powered by the ship they were standing in. Overpowered as fuck is what Carol is. And Goose is disgusting. Fuck off. Nick Fury says to Goose, I'm trusting you, not to eat me. If you people have seen Winter Soldier, you know what that means. Why didn't Goose eat all the people first? like earlier when they first came in. How does anyone stand a chance against Carol? Awful music choice. First saying, it literally gives me AIDS. I'm just a girl. Why didn't At Last kill her instead of saying, don't make me do this? Convenient Yonrod powers, he becomes fucking McNeil. When did Talos have time to change into a guard? Shit, unengaging fight with Yonrog. Why doesn't she go Super Saiyan? Why didn't Talos close the door before giving his child a hug? There's no air in space, so why does Carol's hair push back when she's holding on to Yonrog's shuttle? It shouldn't do that, there's no air in space. Why did she wait until the last minute to fly when she was falling? Ronan has no place in the story. How did the government not know aliens existed if Ronan sent loads of missiles from space? Why does Ronan assume fighters can kill Carol if he literally just saw her take out dozens of missiles? Convenient how she doesn't kill Ronan. Why does Yonrog run? And why doesn't Yonrog run, sorry? Shit's a version of expectations. What if someone what if someone shot Yonrog's shuttle down? Jesus fucking Christ. It was fucking goose, fuck's sake. How did you modify a primitive pager? And how does her jacket not burn up in the atmosphere?
Now, it's been a while, but now I'm going to get on to the positives of Captain Marvel. So let's get into this.
Nick Fury's the sex lord. The too darn stubborn to die scene with Maria Rambeau was pretty fucking good. Talos sugar reference. The villain reveal was pretty fucking epic, if I'm being honest. Talos explaining the situation to Carol. You are Carol Danvers scene with Maria Rambeau. Talos reuniting with his family. Come as you are. The song choice was fucking great. I've nothing to prove to you. Nick Fury singing. And
wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman.
The Avengers Initiative.
So, Captain Marvel. I know I said I spent only a bit of time on it, but Captain Marvel is a very bad movie. I hate Carol Danvers. Those were literally all of my positives. So Captain Marvel for me is one of the weakest MCU movies. Please skip it. In fact, skip the entire movies. But now it is on to Spider-Man: Far From Home.